Welcome to a new episode of the 90s Middle Gamer, where we stay hydrated and play video games. I bought my GameCube around 2018. I bought it from a store called Game Exchange in Killeen, Texas. I don't know for sure if the console was cleaned prior to me buying it, but we're going to open up and find out. Let's get started.
And then the Lord said,
I want to see your tiny head.
In 2018, I lived in a city called Killeen, Texas. You may or may not have heard of it. There was plenty to do around there. Austin was just an hour away, Round Rock 45 minutes. But me being the introvert that I am, I liked to stay in and play video games. In actuality, I wanted to start this channel back then, but I lacked the space and I lacked the time. Fast forward to 2023. I have adult money now, I have plenty of time on my hands, and I now have the space. I mentioned in one of my previous videos that the channel is not monetized and it is funded by my full-time job. I am also a full-time college student and I try to maintain a healthy lifestyle, meaning that I go to the gym regularly, I don't drink alcohol anymore, and I try to minimize how often I eat fast food. While I do have a lot of free time, I am also very busy at the same time. I know it doesn't make sense, but in my head it does. But enough about me. Let's talk about this GameCube here. If you were paying attention, there was a lot of dust on the cover. I've never taken apart a GameCube before, so I don't know exactly what I'm doing. I have not even looked at a YouTube video to see what needs to be done. So I'm going off of faith here. In case you haven't noticed, I will be fast forwarding through the parts where I am just unscrewing the screws. I think everybody on this channel knows how to unscrew something. This video is not meant to be a walkthrough or tutorial on how to clean your GameCube, but more of a let's do it together kind of video, if that makes sense. That mat there that you see there on my table, I thought that was a magnetic mat. Well, I was wrong. It was not magnetic and it helped me in no way other than just another place to put my screws. Thanks Amazon for bamboozling me on thinking that I was actually getting something cool. But then again, it could be me for not actually reading the description. I'm more inclined to believe the latter. I don't like reading. The tool set that I am using is brand spanking new. I didn't have the tools necessary to take apart the GameCube. And if you were able to see inside while I opened it, you would see there are a lot of bits in there. So I think this was a good deal. It was around 20 bucks. So I got a lot of tool per buck in that tool set. The camera does not do it justice. There was a lot of dust and cobwebs on that heatsink as well as underneath the motherboard. I want to say the GameCube was properly cleaned when I bought it, but over the years it just accumulated more dust. Here we're going to take off the heatsink and see how it looks underneath and apply more thermal paste if we need it. Much to my surprise, the thermal paste still looked really good. I was expecting it to be bone dry. So again, that tells me that it was properly refurbished when I bought it. But because I opened it, I'm going to take off the thermal paste and apply a new layer. The thermal paste had the consistency of slime that had been left out for a few hours. I don't exactly know how long thermal paste is supposed to last, but my best guess is that this thermal paste is at least 4.5 years old. I find it hard to believe that this would be the thermal paste from when it was manufactured. Because if it was, it would probably be nothing but dust about now. I didn't want to separate the base plate from the motherboard, making it difficult than what it already is. I mean, it's not that difficult, but knowing me, I will find a way to make it difficult. Anyway, time to blow out all this dust with my air compressor. Hey DK Oldies, if you're watching this, you should probably take notes. Instead of just saying that you refurbish your consoles, why not just actually do it and stop lying to your customers? Chances are you probably won't, and you're still going to continue to sell dirty PS3s for nearly $700. I really thought I was going to damage the GameCube with all the high pressure air coming out of that gun. Especially since this is a 22-year-old console. It was released September 14th, 2001. I didn't know the history of this console prior to me buying it, and I still don't. I mean, the motherboard could have been replaced, the optical laser could have been replaced, the controller ports could have been replaced. There are many things that are up for question. But I'm just going to go ahead and say that none of these items were replaced. It makes me feel better about myself. Now that we cleaned out all the insides, something that DK Oldies wouldn't do, let's go ahead and apply some new thermal paste. Something else DK Oldies won't do. I don't know exactly how much to use, so I am using my best judgment and guessing at the same time. I can only hope that I'm doing the right thing. If not, my GameCube will probably explode. And I have no one to blame but myself. I read on some forums that it really doesn't matter how much thermal paste you put on there as long as you have some. While I do believe that, I'm also saying that that is up for debate, because there is such thing as not enough. I like to think that I'm doing a halfway decent job as far as taking it apart and putting it back together, especially since I don't know what I'm doing. While I was putting it back together, I did get ahead of myself and I forgot one major piece to the console. the power supply. I'll point it out right there. I did in fact have to backtrack all my steps just so I could reinstall it. But thanks to the power of video editing, we're going to skip right past that. With the exception of that minor inconvenience, I would like to say that the teardown, cleaning, and putting it back together went smoothly. I don't think I missed a beat. Now that we got it all buttoned up, let's see if we can get it to work and also see if my house doesn't catch on fire. To test out the GameCube, we're going to play F-Zero GX, one of my all-time favorite GameCube games. Just kidding. I guess I should have replaced the clock battery when I had it open. Otherwise, we would have seen the iconic GameCube startup screen. But that's okay. And in case you were wondering where I got the intro music from, I absolutely love that song. At any rate, the new and improved GameCube works great with no issues. Congratulations on making it to the end of the video. Since you made it this far, I'd like to give you an opportunity to win these two games here. Sonic Heroes for the GameCube and Kingdom Hearts 3 for the Xbox One. I already have Sonic Heroes on my GameCube and I don't need another one. As for Kingdom Hearts 3, I already have it on my PS4. If I'm going to be honest with you two, I really don't like it. Here's what you need to do. Go to my channel page. Go to the About tab. There in the description, you'll see an email address to reach me. Send me an email saying that you would like to have these games that were in the GameCube cleaning video, or something along the lines of that. I'll keep the drawing open for a week. After a week's time has elapsed, I will pick somebody at random and contact them via email, and we will discuss shipping information. This is my way of showing appreciation for the people that watch my videos. I really do appreciate it. I love y'all, stay hydrated, and stay tuned for my next video.